When we're flying an approach, particularly one with a lot of step downs at a good altitude above the airport, on a day that's much colder than standard, one of the things we have to consider is the effect of the cold temperatures on the altimetry of the airplane. The colder the temperature, the farther away from ISA it is, the greater the error is going to be between our indicated altitude that we read up right off of our PFD and the actual MSL altitude that we are. Fortunately, the Garmin has a way to easily correct for that. So with our approach into Detroit loaded, we can select menu on our flight plan page, and we can scroll down until we see temperature compensation. We're going to press enter, and we're going to say that we want to activate this temperature compensation. We have to input the temperature, and this is important, not the outside temperature, but the temperature on the field where we're flying the approach to. So in this case, at Detroit, the temperature was reported on the ATIS as minus 20 Celsius. That's about 4 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. So when we press enter and accept that temperature, the system, and after we activate it, is going to now change every altitude in our flight plan to a temperature compensated altitude. So before we compensated for this, we were supposed to cross Macomb, the initial fix, let's say at 8,000 feet. But what we can see is that by flying an indicated altitude of 9,013 feet, we're actually going to be at 8,000 feet when we cross that fix. Similarly, as we go down the line, every altitude has been changed to a temperature compensated altitude, and this is the indicated altitude that we want to fly to be at the actual real true MSL altitude indicated. Now we're almost done, but we have one more step, which is when we activate temperature compensation on the flight plan menu option, it compensates every altitude except for our minimums. So if we want to temperature compensate the minimums, we have to do that in the actual minimums box. So on our PFD, instead of baromins, we're just going to select temperature comp mins. We had already put in our expected ILS minimums of 840, and the system already knows that the temperature is minus 20 since we told it that. So just by selecting temp comp minimums, we'll now hear a minimums call and see our baro minimums box at 866, which will be an actual altitude of 840. Thank you for joining us, and a special thank you to ECTS for the generous donation of the simulator time and staffing that makes these videos possible. Fly safely and look for more videos soon. And if there's a topic you'd like to see us cover, please send an email to safety@ejoa.aero.